This is the week 2 in review of the Railroad Revolution Server Edition game. You may have noticed some smaller videos that have been in the listing. You may notice some smaller videos that are going into the listing. Anyhow, more fun coming your way. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Smeltery 23. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, it's me, Jag. That's right, Jag. In case you didn't know, that is my Minecraft name, Jag. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nope. So, we are back in Railroad Revolution, the server version. And it is time to review week number 2. So, we're here in the Smeltery to start with. You can see the compacting drawers are getting quite a bit of use. I've been experimenting with some different materials and textures using the chisel. We now have a water barrel, a lava barrel. You may have seen that last time. Yeah, I think you did, because we were running the dual mud brick extrusion here. Storage has gotten a wee bit larger. This is all rock over here. This is all ores and such over here. And of course, you have all your tinker toys. So the stencil table, pattern chest, part builder, tool station, and tool forge, along with a crafting station. All the things you need to make all the funky things I've got, like my cleaver. Whack, whack. Back here, not a whole lot has changed. Again, we've got the resonator. Haven't used it much lately. We got our 3 mechanism machines, power systems up. I had to actually put a back shunt in here. So if you see this, this is advanced universal cable instead of elite universal cable. So what is going to happen is your power is going to come in. It's preferentially going to go this direction into the storage unit, the basic energy cube, and it will also split off this way. But this goes into a different room, which we'll get to probably closer to the end. But if what's over there starts utilizing more energy than what the solar array and the power storage up top side can do, it will bring the energy out of the cube and back this way. So this is an in only, this is an out only, and this will make it go in a circular fashion and get sucked over there. So yay. Oh, the board. Here, let's get lined up. So I have probably gone and built the board and tore it down about 3 times as things get made. So we are currently, our current projects we're looking at are the magmatic generators and a lava pump. Turns out lava source blocks are infinite in this world. So yeah, lots of tons and tons and tons of free energy without nukes. Thermal and mechanism power storage. Going to look into that. Different storage systems, better for different applications. Going to just see what is going to be best for me in the long term versus short term. AE cabling and AE2 components, those are actually coming along nicely. Already have the 2 inscribers. Have the ME drive and the ME controller and the terminal. So I actually have all 3 of those. I have no drives, however. So, and we've got glass fiber, glass cable, and we've got covered cable, but it's not colored, so it's just the normal one. So the big thing I'm working on next is the drives for storage, so I can take and move some of this junk into something a little nicer. And like I say, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Just so's yez knows, it's been kind of a slow week for everybody else. We got Mother's Day coming up, and most of us are at work, well, working, because it's Mother's Day. So the forest here is gone. This is probably going to get turned into some sort of a workshop or building of some sort on this plot, and another one over here in this L-shaped area. The last thing I did on this was a bunch of pine. I have been trying to find the right kind of seedling for over at the quarry, the wood quarry. By the way, speaking of quarries, this should be either done or out of... Oh no, it's still going. Look at that, we're still pumping. Nothing in there. How much fuel? We're down to 14. Geez, what are you pumping out? Well, that was cobble from something else. Yeah, that was cobble. So it's still pulling up cobble here and there. I would have thought by now this would have pulled everything out. It's been a few hours. Maybe 30% more obsidian. Nothing changed in here, sadly. I don't know what all it is pulling. Yeah, we still only have 8 of those. Yeah, it hasn't done a whole lot in the time I've been gone. Which, if nobody's been on the server, it probably wouldn't. And like I say, it's been slow. There's been a few folks in different colonies that have shown up. And one of the big things we're gonna have to show you, and I'm keeping my head down so I don't ruin the surprise. Look at this. I'm walking. I'm hoping. Oh, there's the path. La 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 la. Oh, there we go. Am I near the building? I'm near the building. So you may have seen the thumbnail for my solo thing. I actually took that from here. Except, look, we changed the engine. Woohoo! And let me show you what else Bobby's been building. This is our little locomotive building, storage building. This is the turntable. This lets this engine, it comes on here, and then we can rotate this monstrosity, back it up, hook it to this. Now this is immersive railroading. If I can hold my thing still, there you go. Immersive railroading. Tank car. No, that ain't what I wanted at all. I didn't want to ride it. How do I do that? There we go. So this can hold 27 buckets, which is not a whole lot. But if you need more, you can put more on. Unless it's 27,000 buckets. That's a question. I haven't actually put anything in there. It could be 27,000 if they went with buckets instead of millibuckets. Be interesting to find out. In any case, we also have stock cars. So each of these will hold a stack of whatever you put in it. And we have several of these. And eventually we should be able to hook up with the northern colony, which is like 50,000 blocks that direction, or give or take. I never did make the walk between home base and the colony here, so I fixed the sign though. Ye old railroad hub, anchor hub. The gold mine is now pointing towards, well, the gold mine. The emerald mine is pointing towards the, emerald mine. Woohoo! We're going to show you some. Oh, please let me over. There we go. Look at this. Looks like real railroad track, real bed. We have real rail switch. So depending on let's see if we can actually see it move or if it just does it. Oh yeah, it moves. So depending on what switch is in what orientation, you can choose. Do you want to go left or do you want to go right? Or actually that's the other left or the other right. Some point I will run down here and show you the gold mine. And I will run down here when the line is finished and show you the emerald mine. Wonder how far he got with this. It looks like from the mini map, not terribly far. He got the cut. Yeah, that's about all he's done. He's got the cut. He hasn't got the bed in yet. So it's a fair haul. It's 300 blocks that direction. Gold mine is 1240 over 2 sections of sea. Oh, Jack the Cat's on. That's who's on with me. He was shot by an army soldier. He has a terrible time getting deaded all the time. I never actually met him, so can't exactly go to help him. So yeah, only thing we could do is text, and he doesn't seem to read the texts. So yeah, not much I can do there. By the way, if you watch this, Jack, and the rest of you who are down there dying in the Nether and such, remember, Bobby put in the mega torches, and the mega torches will protect you up to 500 blocks. It is currently set for the maximum. However, we are having a few issues in the Nether. Once you're basically kind of safe, you're okay, but if you leave the Nether and go back, the torch doesn't work anymore. So yeah, that's something squirrely going on there. I ain't that worried about it. I do a safe Nether. I may pop over there and show you. This is how the wood quarry works, and this is all pine, and the pine trees don't make it above the quarried stone line here. So they're perfect, and they will fill the entire thing. They pop up slowly, and from an initial planting, this thing will actually run a long time, and we'll get a goodly chunk of brain fart. Get a goodly chunk of charcoal going. So this is what we've gotten since I did the planting. Usually we get about 3.5, 4.5 stacks using oak. If I did black oak or dark oak, yeah, not terribly much different. A little more, maybe 6 stacks. But with the pine, being that it is just sparse enough on foliage and just fluffy enough on foliage, we get enough saplings. So you need about 1.5 lines. So about 13, 14 stacks to fill this out down here. And it seems like we're going to get more than 14 stacks back. And I've actually fed a bunch of this back in as fuel because for some reason, this engine does not like to take fuel. And I don't know why. It started doing this when I switched over to the mechanism pipes. And it just don't seem to like this position. So what I do is I come up here, I grab a spare 64 stack. And I pop it in. I turn the switch off for a second. Let it all reset, and then everything runs in unison until we run out of saplings. So we're going to let this run down. Oh, that was almost horrible. I just about overshot. So down here, you see the obsidian. We got a 2-block buffer all the way around. So if this goes through all of the wood, it will probably have enough fuel to go through this entire layer that has the dirt and the obsidian, and then there are 2 more layers of obsidian. That should be enough to run the fuel out of the engines. Should be. We'll see. Right now, we're hitting like pure wood, so I had to put a buffer in here, and right now it's not, since I turned it back on, it's not filled up the furnaces yet even, but this will probably get 2.5 rows at least. If I were to let this run constantly, I'd probably get more backed up, but that's what's going on with this lovely thing. Let's take a look from up here. I always like looking from up here. It just looks cool from up here. I wonder, can I, let's do this. Let's get rid of that. There, now I just got a hand. Yeah, I just like the way that the effect came out with the weathering and such, and just how bright that blue is. It looks for a nice, like, ancient technology vibe. So, ow. I always do that. Good thing I got good armor. This is our way back down into the workshop area. Yay. So as I say, we didn't get a whole lot of other people in the colony here. Aiden has been working doubles between the job he works at with me and his other job. Bobby's been having to do some stuff around his house. And Sarina had the blue screen of death. I tried convincing her to get a Mac, but she won't do it. She likes beating her head. So this is where we are going to show you the latest project. And this I call the Blue Room. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Jump up here, take a look. See, I got all kinds of different textures that I've built into the flooring. It's like an 8-spoke wheel with one that goes, the top one goes up to the door, so I know which. It was actually, when I was building, it's very easy to get lost in here. It was like the old style Nether with all this blue. It's like, where did the door go? Oh my god! It's like, there it is. It's over here now. And I put a couple windows in just because, to give it a laboratory-ish look. Ancient style, yeah, whatever. It's got a nice aesthetic going for it. I wasn't planning on using the temple blocks here, but they just seem to work out good. Just like up here, I put the temple blocks in because all this different blue on blue on blue on blue, all the details were getting lost. And this is lapis, and I don't quite have enough lapis yet to finish this. We got to do this side, and then this will be done. And then up here, I may expand the hole in the ceiling and reveal more of the brickwork up here. And we got some lighting that's reminiscent of modernistic, futuristic lab. So it's an interesting mix of futuristic and kind of like Embers, kind of a retro vibe. Yeah, you can tell I was born way back in the 60s because I use words like vibe. So this is all set. We got our controller, we got our drive, we got all of our cables set up, ready to go to add more stuff. We got a terminal, but it's not going to show live until I get some drives in here, and they're empty. Yeah. I have, this is my dual rig for the inscribers. And usually, I've got this one set up for silicon. And this one, yeah, this was set up for a logic. Usually I have this set up to make chips. And I think that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to flip this. Logic is gold, I do believe. Yeah, that should be calculation. So we're going to get 64 of the gold printed logic circuits, 64 of the printed silicon. We're going to put the silicon down here. We're going to put the logic circuits up here. And you see they clicked by one. So if we go in here, we got one in the top, one in the bottom. And then we need the glue. And I don't have enough glue. I'm just short. So redstone glues everything together. It's kind of like your solder. And that, of course, goes in the hopper to the side. And if you have power, this will all go together and then down into the box. And it makes one of these, a logic processor. So the logic processor is what you use to make the first grouping of drives. So you'll make a 1K, and we'll just pull it up. 1K, it's already here. So this is a 1K ME storage component. So there's your logic circuit, your logic processor. Here's your quartz, and you got more redstone. And then that gets built up into the 4K. And then that gets built up into the 16K, which eventually brings you up to the 64K. So what we want is each of these slots to have a 64K. 64. There we go. 64 ME storage cell, which is 65,000 bytes. You can have 63 different types of things, all full stacks, so it holds a lot. That's the way to go with this. Then your terminal will show you what's in there. You'll be able to put things in, take things out. There are a couple buses you can tack on here, so you can just plop down a chest and it will either load in or unload out, whatever it is you want to do. So very convenient. And this is one of the things that gets the whole process going. The crystal growth accelerator, because you need to grow crystals. So you need 5 of these bad boys. 1 in the bottom, 4 around. The power is, actually I've got the power cut, and I had to do a hard cut on this. I just took this cable out because this sucks a lot of power. Well, a lot for what I've got right now, let's put it that way. So yeah, once I throw my seeds in, I'll chuck them in there. I'll put the cable on, and it'll start zapping purple lightning everywhere, and it will start growing stuff like this, pure Certus or pure Fluix crystals. And it grows them pretty fast with 5. So that is the base setup for the new technology room with all of our inventory storage and such in it. That was the big project. You would not believe how hard it is to actually count blocks. I really felt like I was in kindergarten. It took me like 3 days to get the layout because I was always off by 1 block in some direction. And when you're doing an odd number, so you get this center spot up here. So this is the center point of the room right here. So you lay out your diagonals, and my diagonals didn't match. I wound up having 4 center spots because I was longer in one direction than another, and I was too tired to figure it out. Just saying. The day I slept in and I woke up and had a cup of coffee, I fixed it without a problem. So yeah, don't try and do math or even arithmetic without coffee and sleep. Let's do this first. There we go. Yeah, so like I said, Aiden had to work and Sarina still didn't make it in. Blue screen of death. And that's because she's on a PC. Yeah, I know. Don't rag on PCs. Yeah, well, I have to use them at work and they're horrible. I'll keep my Mac, thank you very much. I like easy. Never understood people that don't like easy. The PC people beat their heads on the wall. It's like, thoop, 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 thoop. Yeah, I don't like that. Anyhow, this is, did you catch that, how we did that? Yeah, I went through that pretty quick. So this is the portal. We have a blockhouse with nether bricks surrounding it. We do have access to the outside. And we were outside when, God, where did it go? I know he's got it around here someplace. There's a megatorch. There it is. When we first put the megatorch down and we cleared out all the encounters, all the mobs, worked beautifully. No mobs anywhere. We left, we came back. Okay, last time this is all it took was me just sticking my head out. Anyhow. Yeah, so this is our trash can. It was outside because it was safe. Where are the bad people at? Well, I ain't going to beat one of you because you guys don't deserve it. But I was thinking there would be bad people here, but there's not. So, from the doorway here, you can see where we tunneled in and we started a mine. I had to cross-connect it last time because there were so many of those demon piggy gun-shooting things out there. We did a little poking around, found a lot of ways to fall and die, a lot of lava. So this is the connecting stairway. Yeah, you guys are noisy. Yeah, you're all over the place too. And found this little pocket, and we shot a few tunnels off here and there exploring. Me and Bobby did this one night together because I needed the nether quartz, and he had his armor and everything, and we poked around and found out, oh, you can go down there. We don't want to do that. So we were over here. And the reason this is all blocked off is because at one point, you see how far that went? That went almost to the top before we hit lava. And then you know what happens when you have stairs and lava and a guy that ain't got good armor? That's why those blocks were there. I had to wait for him to plug the hole and wait for all the lava to run down before I could come back up. So it's not so bad now. I can handle it a lot better. I still couldn't handle it on the stairs here. If it suddenly opened up here, I'd be dead. And we got to put some real stairs in because this gets real old hopping up these things. There we go. So we got almost all this way up here. I'm like, well, how far can we go? Can we actually make it to the ceiling? Well, we didn't. I forget what was in here. There was some sort of a problem here. And we wound up shooting off this direction. And now you're going to see why having Bobby around is so cool. Look at this. He makes the nether look cool. It's pretty. Look at that tunnel. It goes on forever. We could be in a netherrack spaceship. Same thing with that. Although we didn't put any torches down there. Why didn't we put any torches down here? That's bad. That should have had lux or torches. Oh, this is because he was doing it. Okay. Why didn't he put any lux down? Anyhow, I'm going to have to pull this out when we get done. I need more nether quartz. It's amazing how much Certus and nether quartz you go through. Yes, I know there's Ardite hanging there. Wait till you see the next level. You go through so much Certus and nether quartz once you get into AE2, Applied Energistics 2. And here we have it. We found the ceiling. So that's a project for another day, is breaking through. So this is the gallery I started mining out. You can see all kinds of goodies just hanging out. Dug all this out, and there was next to no nether quartz. So now I'm to a place where I will not interfere as much with tunnels. So there's a tunnel right under here. This is the tunnel we came up. See right there? I didn't think about it when I was trying to lower this. But we're going to push these out that way, front way, that way, front way. And we'll be able to dig what they call benches in mining terms. So up here is one bench. This is our primary bench, and then we come down. This is a secondary bench. If I went down another level, which is I'm using 3 blocks because, hey, hammer does 3. So we go down. I'd be 3 in, and I'd go 1, 2, 3, and then I'd be down another level, and I could scoop everything out. And don't know whether we'll use this for a base or what up here, but it's another nice space that can be developed. How did I miss you? There we go. Oh, see? See what I mean? We're within 500. This should not be here. Die. 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 Ah, I missed. Die hard. There. Ah, can't hit him. There we go. Back off of here. There we go. Did you just hurt me? the little things. Did I get anything? I got 1 sulfur out of all that. No, what a waste. Anyhow, with the mega torch, which I'm way close to still, we should not having stuff like that spawn. Bad spawn thingies. Yeah, that's one of the Lux capacitors that his little gun shoots out, so he has infinite light wherever he goes. So that was the Nether. Hope you enjoyed it. And that, unfortunately, is most of what was done this week. Bobby did a lot of train work. I did some digging. Harvested a bunch of wood. And moved a bunch of quarries around. That was it. So didn't get near as much done this week as we might have hoped for. My next big project is going to be the magmatic energy system and storage system. Bobby, he's still working on getting to the mines and setting up a little local network. Do we have anything we're sitting in here? Yeah. I'll just go back. See, coming down ain't bad. It's going up that's hard. There we go. I got turned around. There we go. See about whether we have ender pearls. And I think most of the reason why I don't have ender pearls is because I don't hang out close enough over here so the chunk isn't activated. But I could be wrong, but I'm not. Yeah, nothing's changed. So I would actually have to hang out here, or Bobby would have to hang out here. Claude, he doesn't count. How you doing, Claude? Yeah, nice seeing you too. Nice job. When are you going to get the orchard put up? Oh, you don't want to talk about that. I see how you are. Apparently he doesn't like trees, he just likes plants. So anyhow, like I say, week 2 looks impressive. If you look at it from off in the distance, it's starting to look like a little village, and we got a little bit of industry, but still got a long way to go from what it could be. And I know Bobby has some plans. I'm not certain what Aiden has for things beyond the windmill. I'm about done with most of the support systems we need. So, oh yes, take the bridge. It's much faster. Be topping in and out of water. I gotta go check to make sure that I don't dig a hole in my obsidian. So that's it for this week, I guess. Stop by next week. I don't know how much. Oh, yep. Got to shut that off. I don't know how much or what we will get done, but we'll definitely try and have a few things done. It's going to be a rough week with work for all of us. There's nothing up there. Wow. 35. Didn't fill as much as it's going to be okay by the time it cooks off. It'll be down here. That's good. We'll take it. Anyhow, been trying to say bye for a while, and it looks like this is goodbye. See you next week. I got some obsidian to replace. Bye.